Good morning. I want to share with you some lessons about self-honesty and self-trust from my own lived experience, from some recent client shares, because it's What Up Wednesday. First lesson is that it feels good to just be you. Oh my God, to let go into that. So there's one thing there, even just by singing What Up Wednesday. And the core lesson I want to talk about today has to do with a message I got from a client, which was so moving. I hadn't spoken to this person and gosh, I'd have to look at my calendar if it's been 2 years, or maybe it's been 2 years. I mean, we weren't like entirely out of touch, but this person, we'll call her Claire, left me a message saying how the work we did together, this person did a group course and some months of private coaching, that the work we did together helped her be honest. And that was really hard. And come to her own truth. And I feel like unless and until you're really in this work and looking at that journey, which I imagine many of you are, that it can just exist as this superficial, like, what is your truth? What is your truth? And you're kind of hitting up against it or encountering it when it starts to feel like, it's like, okay, oh my, okay, here it is. And I think we can sometimes expect that it's going to feel like, oh my God, it's my truth. Oh, it's here. I'm ready. If that were the case, it would all be here right now, if that makes sense. I just finished reading a book about all of these, and I want to say more about this particular client. I just finished reading a book, and at the end, it's stories of all these saints in India, and I'm going to be going there in 2 months. Oh my God, where the encounters that people had with these saints were not, yes, like overflowing love, connection to the divine. And then challenges too. Challenges when our ego is what's trying to lead the journey, run the show, drive the car. And so going back to this particular client, they left a message saying that, our work together helped this person to be honest. And I remember it was like, I can feel it in my gut right now as I'm talking about it. It was deep work. It was tough work. And this person even said that for a year afterwards, there was a slump. And we've been in touch again because they're opening up a new center, a new healing center. And told me that without that honesty, they're like, I don't know if this would have happened. So it like really touched me personally to hear that, because sometimes it's like these places we go, I think for myself, when I'm working with someone, 2 things show up, like deep, deep love. And then also a love that is like, let me hold you at your edge. And it's not the first time I've been told that sometimes what I do can be shocking, or, it was kind of how I worked as an artist too. It's my South Node in my conscious South Node in my human design chart, the gate of shock. It goes right towards the heart. So it's been interesting to see that in my own study, like there can be like a shamanic quality to that energy. I seek it out in my own life. So the lesson here is in honesty. And I think one of the biggest ways that we are not honest with ourselves is in what we believe about what we're worthy of. And again, just like this talking about self-honesty, this can seem really superficial. But if you go in and look at the dialogue that you're having with yourself, dialogue, monologue that you're having within your own mind all day long, like from the moment you wake up, if you bring awareness to that, you can start to see how frequently your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, what you're believing might really be counter to the thing that you say you really want. So underneath that, and this is something that a mentor I worked with for over 2 years really helped me understand, is there's a lie that we're not worthy of the thing. And we start to tell ourselves thoughts. It's an embodied feeling too. I mean, I am a dancer, but it is one of the reasons I like working with the body also, because we need to start to live that. And in fact, another client, former client, just said this, thank you for that heart, in a post. It's in my stories, where when she came to one of my 30-minute movement sessions in a program I used to run, like hard mental health day, and things shifted. That is how powerful that energy of presence and love and focus there can be. So what are you focusing on? What are you telling yourself you are worthy or not worthy of? All day long. All day long. How is that showing up in your life? So again, this self-honesty that this client went through, even after our work together, that is not the first time I've heard that from someone. It's like, what happened? And actually, I'll have an interview coming out before too long with another client who's an artist, and said, you know, our work together, I'm saying this to share about my work, but also for you to understand this process. She said our work together was like 6 months of, there's a dance festival called the American Dance Festival, and it's 6 weeks. You usually go as a young student, and you're just like inundated with information and teachings and performances, and you know, you're probably a college student or a teenager. And she said, you know, it takes like at least 6 months for that whole process to unravel. And she said that's what our work together has been like. The shifts continue to happen afterwards. That's how my work has been with so many of my teachers. And I think there's a balance here too. It comes through continued attention to something. It comes through deepening that relationship. It comes through surrender. It comes through trusting your intuition and learning how to trust that. So let me wrap this up. What this client had said to me, the first one I was talking about being honest, I believe it reconnected them to their inner truth. That truth. And from there, I think 2 years after we worked together, things are aligning in a different way. So there may be something to review about what has shown up in your life to be a catalyst. Did you give it its full power? Do you need catalytic energy? Do you need something or someone to help you burst through or surrender to what life, what God, what spirit is asking of you to step into next? We all deserve to be supported in that journey. In fact, some of us really need it. I do. I know I do. I really need that guidance. And in that guidance, a continued deepening of hearing my voice, hearing what drives, what inspires my actions. And in that alignment, you are a light. You are a transformative energy in the world. And I think it's really important to not underestimate the value of the work that you do on yourself. Because you walk through the world with a different energy. You are shifting the vibration of this entire planet and beyond. So here's to self-honesty. Here's to support. Here's to learning how to trust that voice within you. That is your guidance. It is your friend. And in about 40 minutes, we're going to start the Brilliant Creatives community. If by chance you see this and you want to join now or later, watch the recording, that invitation is here for you as well. Have a beautiful day.